Welcome to the Darkness and Dragonflies podcast.
It's your weekly dose of terror, trauma, and tea.
Hosted by your favorite mother-daughter duo, Martha and Stephanie.
I'm Stephanie,
I'm Martha.
and let's slap on that trigger warning and dive on in.
That's up.
Okay, everybody, for today, we are going to be talking about the missing case of Amy Bradley. This has been all over TikTok. It's been all over Netflix now, and it's just the talk of the town. So we're going to talk about the tea ourselves and some of the theories and ideas that's come up that may have happened, because we want to know, where is Amy?
And this is weighed heavy on my heart, so.
Oh, I know. This case is absolutely heartbreaking. And it's
I
had me
know.
so invested. I don't know why, but it's just, I wish I had the means to just get up and go search for Amy.
I know.
I want to know where Amy Bradley is.
I've watched the documentary 3 times, and I'll probably watch it again.
And I've been seeing all this, TikTok is awesome for having personal private investigators. So everybody is doing an awesome job of uncovering information that wasn't in documentaries.
Yes.
And I've learned a lot just from a lot of the people that I've seen on TikTok, which is really just mind-boggling. I'll think that I have an idea of what I think happened.
I know.
And then you'll learn a new piece of information, and it's kind of well, that doesn't really line up.Maybe this happened instead.
Yeah.
So let's just dive into some of the
Shout
theories.
out to all you people out there that's looking and searching and questioning.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
so
most
proud of
definitely.
you.
We thank everybody that's been invested in this case and trying to find answers for this family. And how many years has it been?
27.
27 years. I can't even imagine. And all these new sightings uncovering, you kind of keep that hope. And then in the back of your mind, you need closure in some form. I can't even imagine what all they're going through. That's just heartbreaking.
Always hope. There's always hope.
Yes. There's always hope. Just have faith, and maybe one day, because all of these amazing personal private investigators, TikTok initiated, maybe somebody will actually find out what happened to Amy.
If we had the means, we'd be right there searching every day.
Oh, I wish I could.
Yes.
Especially the thing that bothers me the most, I wish, how they said that somebody's been on that IP address, they pinged it, and on every occasion, such as a birthday or holiday,
Yes.
somebody is on the website pinging from a specific convenience store, from what I'm gathering. I wish I could go on every holiday and just be sitting in that convenience store from the whole day and just see what is going on, who is on her website for that long. Because that's one thing I'm that's where I wish I could be.
So why
on those days.
No one else thought of that?
I'm sure they have, but I don't know. I wish somebody would have.
Well, they've not said anything.
Actually, yeah.
Anyway.
I'm sure everybody's thought about it, but I wish somebody would actually act on it. I wish I could. I wish I had the ability to do so and kind of figure out who's on her website, because I think that would, at least give some clues to what's going on there, because that seems like a big piece of information that always stands out to me. So you go back on the cruise ship, and apparently after they're at the disco dancing, she's dancing with Yellow.
Yes.
And she goes back to her cabin room and is out on the balcony with her brother, not feeling well from drinking or whatever, partying, having a good time. He goes in and goes to bed, and that's the last anybody's ever heard from or seen Amy, and communicated with her, per se. Then there's the theory, they said that the dad, in the documentary on Netflix, they say that the dad did look out around 5:30 and he saw her legs.
Yes.
So she apparently was still on the balcony at that time. And then you go forward to 2 witnesses, those girls that saw Amy around 5:30. So he must have seen, I'm kind of wondering, did he hear her go out? He said some noise or something woke him up, but he wasn't sure, which I know what he means. You'll hear something and not know what's going on, so you gotta look around and go back to sleep or whatever he done. But maybe he heard her leaving, and that's when she got with Yellow, because those girls said that they saw her go up the elevator with Yellow, but then he comes back later without her.
15 minutes later.
So what happened? in those 15 minutes is what I want to
I
know,
know.
because something obviously took place in those 15 minutes if that was for sure Amy with Yellow.
But Stephanie said that was a short window from 5:30 to 6 is a short window.
Mm-hmm.
And if she woke up and decided to go out, her sandals are sitting right there beside of her. Why didn't she slip those sandals on
I don't
and
know.
go?
That's what.
Why is her sandals still on the balcony?
Mm-hmm.
That's a
And
question
then
I have.
the table being pushed. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I was really leaning towards the theory of her jumping overboard based on the fact of the message in a bottle
Yes.
and it being so ocean related and sad and
Uh-huh.
depressed, and it's like she was begging to be saved and kind of waiting on something, and I don't think she got what she was waiting for
Yeah, she said, please save me.
prior to the situation.
And also, Stephanie, remember, she had just came out not long before with their parents of being gay, and
Mm-hmm.
apparently they were very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So that was maybe part of her sadness also.
Yes, and her father had written the letter
Yes,
um
to the girlfriend,
expressing the thoughts and
disappointment.
disappointment. So all that together leads to she probably did have a lot on her mind. And then
Yes.
if you add alcohol into the mix, it's a depressant on its own.
Mhm.
So you're going to be, you know, down and out. And if she's sitting there and just kind of sulking in her depression, like what if she, was sitting out there and she did get up on that little table and use that to jump off, because I know one of the FBI agents stated that he was over 6 foot and the railing came up to almost his chest area.
Mhm.
And she was only approximately my height, which is 5 foot
Yeah,
2. I know she
my
was
height also.
smaller stature. If she even decided to jump, she might have to climb on something to get up on the railing and jump. Or there's another theory that she fell overboard off of that little table
Uh-huh.
because just getting sick, and she was to climb up there so she could reach over the railing to vomit, and she was trying not to vomit on the
Uh-huh.
lower decks. She could have tumbled over on
Mhm.
accident, which is a theory that I like kind of lean towards as going overboard. But then again, there's the fact that there was no sign of her found in the ocean.
I know that sort of rules that out because something should have been found.
Because I know somebody said, well, if she fell over and went under the boat, there would be, you know, traumatic injuries to the body, and it
Uh-huh.
would be, harder to recover if it was to reach the propellers and the mechanics of the cruise ship. But it just seems like they would have found something. And then the sighting with Yellow around 5:30 going up with her and then not returning is kind of strange to me.
And all the witnesses that came
Yes.
forward later on,
And then
that was a possible sighting.
even Yellow's daughter, Amika, she's talking about, there was a suitcase of pictures of women, and Amy's, of course, had went missing. If you've watched the documentary, she goes to buy the pictures that they take of you on the cruise ship, and hers had already been purchased by someone. So who purchased that, and why, when his suitcase was open, why was there multiple women's photos found? And did they ever state that Amy's photo was in that suitcase? Do you know?
No, they didn't say.
Okay.
You would think someone would have searched it, though.
Yeah, that's one thing I've not for sure seen if it was identified that her photo was among
Someone should
those.
have looked through there. Surely they
Yeah,
did.
surely they did. I guess I don't. That piece
Mm-hmm.
of information might be out there. I'm sure I've missed a lot. This is just such an intriguing case, and then there's so many turns. Like your mind will be set on
Twists and
one thing, and
turns,
it's just
yeah.
like, well, maybe not, because that kind of contradicts that.
Uh-huh.
But I was leaning on going overboard, but if Yellow was truly with her around 5:30 and then left without her, where did she go? Like, where is Amy? And if he was considered one of the cruise ship members, it said they searched the ship, but they were to search their own rooms.
I know.
So that is kind of like a discrepancy in a search issue, because if somebody's corrupt and hiding something, obviously there's going to be somebody just kind of cover it up and,
Of
oh, I've
course.
searched and nobody's there, you know. So that makes me wonder what he
And
did, and if he did get her off the ship, how did he do so?
and Stephanie, did anyone that you know of ever ask him, okay, you go up in the elevator, 15 minutes later you come back down all alone. Okay, where did you leave Amy? What was she doing when you last saw her?
Anything that I've seen of Yellow speaking, he just kind of brushes everything off and like just has like a very generic short response. And then it was ruled that his lie detector test came back inconclusive, of course.
Yes,
After the fact, if you go to all the possible sightings of her after she's been missing and off the boat,
for
like
years, actually.
a lot of it comes back to Yellow
Yeah, several
again.
times.
So
Yeah, Mr. Douglas, Alistair Douglas. It comes back to him multiple times.
so something's up with him and his relationship with Amy. I don't know if it was possible. You know, there was a theory thrown around that drugs were involved. And if so, if they had, you know, they got kind of close in the disco, so maybe they found out that they were needing drugs or something. If that was the case, I'm not saying Amy did drugs or not. Like that's not my place to state. But
No, that
just
was
as a
just what
theory,
a witness said.
this is another theory. If he did give her drugs eventually, like off the boat, whether she went off the boat willingly and was just wanting the drugs from him, or if he drugged her and smuggled her off the boat somehow. Somehow she's been supposedly seen with him off the boat on numerous occasions.
Yes,
So that could have been like a drug thing that was organized at the disco. And that might have been why she
yes.
was seen with him around 5:30. Maybe they had it planned like meet me here at 5:30 and we'll go do this or whatever. And maybe he either took her or helped her get where she was needing to go or whatever. I do think in my heart that he knows what happened to her. Like
I do too.
that's something
There's
I'm
too
kind of
many
leaning towards.
witnesses.
And I can't help to have like a really strong resentment towards the Navy guy. What was his name? Do you know, Bill?
Bill.
For not standing up and saying
Well, you
something.
can make an anonymous phone call.
Do something. I mean,
I
he could
mean,
have
to
done
do
anything. I
nothing. I
know
mean,
he was worried about his retirement, but yes, we're kind of worried about someone's life here.
you
So,
know, we're worried about his integrity
yeah,
too because,
just to think, like,
yes.
I don't care what position I'm in. If I see somebody distressed, that's just the person I am. I have to go find out,
Well, he knew.
like, how to help that
Yeah.
person.
He knew it was an American,
And I can't help
needing
to
the help.
think if he's in a brothel. Now, this is just opinion. I know a lot of people is probably going to get mad, but I'm wondering if he didn't rent Amy's services
Yeah. It
personally
sort of makes you think that.
because he knew a little too much. She
It's a
wouldn't
big
just,
possibility.
I don't think she could have just been there openly, just talking to someone, telling him all this information if he hadn't paid for services and
Uh-huh.
had some alone time with her, if that was the case. But he could have done something, anything.
Why would he wait years and years to
And then a
say
lot of people,
anything?
like a lot of the witnesses, didn't say anything until they saw it on TV, like years later or something.
Yeah, the
If
dating.
I see somebody in distress, I'm automatically in defense mode, which it wouldn't do me any good. Like I would be in big trouble if I was to run into like even a big time member of something that I shouldn't be involved in. I'm going to be like in fight mode. If there's somebody like, I need your help, that's just the way I am. So, my luck, I would have caused a big scene and ended up in bad shape too.
Of course, I know. There'd have
But
been a little fur flying somewhere.
I would have done something
Yeah,
to bring attention to the situation and try to rescue that person if I truly
I
thought,
know.
well, I've found this missing girl and she's in distress. I can't just leave behind somebody in distress. I would go find somebody to tell or do something myself. I don't know. I would just interact with that situation way differently. So I've got a lot of resentment towards a few of the
I do
people
too.
that were mentioned
And
throughout this case.
the lady in the bathroom, she told her husband that there was a girl being held against her will, being made to do something she did not want to do. But when they come back to America, why is someone not notified? Why does she have to wait till it's on Dr. Phil and then step forward?
Yeah, that's
I
another. That's
mean,
one of the ones that I say that I have resentment
I have
towards.
resentment too.
But she did give information that led me to believe that like another theory is possible, which there's so many possible theories in this. Again, like I say, but when they mention that she asks to see the children,
I know.
that would
Yeah.
definitely be something that would hinder you from trying to reach out or do anything that might risk
If you
you or your
had children that were
children.
being
Yeah,
threatened, yes.
especially in that situation. Like, that's
Yes.
something I know I would be like, okay, I'm not risking anything with my children. I'm going to be with my children. So I get that situation too. Like, if she was in that situation, just wanting to be present for the children's sake and kind of staying where she is to be kind of a protector with the mother sense of things. So there's just so many theories out there that this case is just mind boggling. So it's one of those that's really got everybody like in an uproar right
Everyone's
now.
talking about it and trying to solve the mystery.
And I wish we could. Do you know how amazing that would be to just hear like she was rescued after 27
I
years?
know, I know.
Oh
And
my
the family
gosh.
finally gets closure. And I actually think she has a wonderful family. I think she has a wonderful mom, dad, brother. I think they've
Yeah, my
done
heart goes out to
everything
them.
every
To
day
to have not stopped
in
in
27
27 years,
years.
a lot of people give up, and at least that family has not given up. Like, they're still
They have hope every day.
holding on to hope, and they're still pushing, and they just want to bring their daughter home. And that's what we need as parents, to be that initiated in their family and want their children home that bad. Like, they will push until they
Uh,
find answers.
I have one question though that I do not understand, Stephanie.
Okay.
Um, when the guy gave two different locations, gave them a tip for them to
This is the
search.
cab driver, right?
Yes, to give them a search. Okay, go search that because she's possibly at one of these places, and they do go there. But how come they wasn't a big, big search and like for a long, long time? I mean,
Oh, I
because that
know.
seemed like a very big possibility. I mean, we'd have been there
Like, stay
forever
there for
for a long,
a
long
long
time.
period of time. I don't know. There's
That's one
been
of the questions I have.
You go back, and I'll tell you, I did think that that photo that was released from that website was her at
I
first.
did too, at first. I did.
But when you go
Yeah.
and see the other photos and they don't have tattoos, that
Yeah.
I was like,
She had
okay,
a
well, that kind of,
Tasmanian devil tattoo.
she had other tattoos too that
Yeah.
weren't present, but the one on the left shoulder, the Tasmanian devil,
Yes.
was not there, and it was her left
So
shoulder that was
it was just someone
exposed.
that I think that resembled her.
So, but it's just so crazy how much they resemble each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
I I don't know, it just blows my mind. But I do think like leads like that, why didn't we like get somebody to rent their services and question that
I
girl? Like,
know. I mean,
set up like a
why would
sting
you not?
operation.
Of course. So no one ever explains that either. So all these questions were answered. We hope someone reaches out and gives us the answers to them. Authorities, please let us know why you did not do certain things.
Which I understand. Like, it does get really tricky when you're in international waters and then you're
Yeah.
crossing different countries and
Don't go
everything.
into international waters.
that's that's our new trigger. Like,
Yes,
no,
please don't go
let's
into
not go to
international
the
waters.
international waters because you're not
You're not
protected
protected. You have
as
no legal services available to you at all.
it just gets a little too
You're
messy
just a
whenever a
sitting duck.
crime or potential
Yes.
crime occurs. Like, this is, I don't know, it just weighs on my heart, and I just want to keep looking and digging. It's not like I'm going to be able to really do anything, but I just, I don't know. It just really, really has me intrigued at this point, and I just want to know where Amy is. And if she is out there, I hope she knows that we love her
Oh,
and
we love you, Amy.
we are praying for
Pray
her,
for you.
and we
Yes.
are here with all the other TikTok PIs and everything trying to find answers and dig up any clues that might lead to her whereabouts, because we just want this lady found.
We'll never give up either.
No.
There's always hope.
It's
We
got to have
pray.
faith of a
We
mustard
pray,
seed.
pray, pray. Yes.
So that would be an amazing detail. That was something I wanted to talk to you guys about too, if you guys like these true crime discussions, because we're going to open up a little thing on our Facebook and other pages where you can interact with us and just tell us new theories you find or anything you find, because anything you're interested in and we are, we'll just kind of like go back and forth and share theories and see what we can figure out, because it's really interesting to try to piece together all these pieces of a puzzle. And it's like you get a new piece every day. So maybe one day we'll have this puzzle built between
Yes.
everybody. That's what I'm hoping for.
And
I've mentioned before, I run the Anti Crimes Against Children Task Force here in my small town, just getting it started as a nonprofit. So I had to go through ICAC training, which is Internet Crimes Against Children, which involves a lot of sex trafficking training. And this just led me to also want to warn you guys, be vigilant. It doesn't matter where you're at. We are in a small town and you have to watch your kids like a hawk.
every
It's
second.
it's
Yes.
scary because this stuff isn't just happening when you go on a cruise or international waters. It's not just happening in big cities. It's happening everywhere. And you have got to be vigilant. I would highly recommend taking self-defense classes. Um, my page is just the Anti Crimes Against Children Task Force of WNC. So I share a lot of tips on how to keep you and your children safe, not only from sex trafficking predators, but online predators. Children are being groomed from online gaming, they're being groomed from, you know, apps, Snapchat, Facebook. These predators will get on there and start communicating with their children. So just be very vigilant and be very talkative with your children. Develop a relationship where your children trust you and can come to you if something out of the ordinary happens or they feel uncomfortable, because these people are everywhere. They trickle in through every social media app, every social media outlet. They're all around you. They can be in your local Walmart, they can be anywhere. This stuff is happening everywhere. I know I can just even say something scary and terrifying that happened to me and my children. We were going fishing and we live in a very, very small town. I don't know what our population is. Do you?
I think it's like
That's what I
8,000.
was thinking.
Yeah.
It's like approximately
Yeah.
8,000. So we live in the middle of nowhere. And one particular day, my oldest kid, that's a teenager, is obsessed with fishing. And I love to fish too. So that's something we do on a regular basis. And we went down to this specific location that we go fishing all the time. Wouldn't think anything's going to happen. We're in a small town. Nothing like that happens around here. Well, luckily, I had taken my gun with me and had it on my body. Okay. Which I highly recommend keeping a weapon if you can. Take concealed carry, whatever you need to do. Just stay prepared, stay vigilant. I can't emphasize that enough. I'm sorry I keep saying that. But I kid you not, I was getting the things out of the car to go fishing, like the fishing poles, the cooler, things of that nature to take down to the lake. And this little old man in a van just pulls up and watched me for a minute and he said, "Going fishing?" And I just smiled at him and just said, "Yep," kind of ignored him, and he drove off and didn't think nothing else about it. Well, we went down. There's like these steps built into the ground. You walk down and you get down to the lake, and we're fishing. And I heard a car door. So I was like, that's strange. Somebody's pulled in. I thought, well, somebody saw my car and recognized me, so it's somebody that I know. I told my boys to stay behind me while I walked up to see, and I literally saw the little old man crouching down in the woods. It was like over there where you would put a tent, which we weren't camping. We didn't have a tent set up or anything, but he was over in the area that you would set up a tent if you were going to use that campsite for the actual camping. So I yelled at him and I chased him, and he ran up the steps. I'm chasing this old man. I've pulled my gun at this point, and he jumps in his van and takes off. So I got his tag number and everything and did report it to authorities. I have no idea what his intentions were, but I wasn't waiting around to find out. So that was one of those, situations where I just acted accordingly just to protect my children, to let him know that I was ready, which I have been trained at least to protect. So that's something I have going for me at least. So I highly recommend like self-defense classes. Again, like I can't say all this enough, but just be
Well,
very vigilant and pay attention to your surroundings because there are weirdos everywhere.
it's a crazy ASS world, guys.
Crazy ass world for
It is.
sure.
Absolutely.
And times have changed so much. You used to just leave your door unlocked and go to sleep, and you used to could just, oh, go play, children, come back when it's dark. But
Yeah.
now, like, you're like, you are not getting on the porch until I come out there. It's terrifying, and that's sad. That is really sad. You just have to pay attention at all times because this stuff it's growing. The problem's growing, and it's not slowing down. It's a snowball effect. And I just want everybody to be prepared. So definitely educate yourself, educate your children, and hopefully, you never have to use those facts that you learn or knowledge or defense mechanisms. But if you do, you're prepared and can do so and act accordingly because those babies are everything and their life means everything, and those babies are going to be our future. So that's
True.
what we have to do, is protect our babies and ourselves to be there for our babies. So always just pay attention to everything that goes on because it's right next door everywhere you go.
And getting back to the Amy Bradley case, Stephanie, of everything we've saw and studied, what's your biggest question that puzzles you the most?
The shoes being left is one, like we mentioned. But the biggest thing, I guess, is if she was truly, it was 100% her, spotted with yellow, what did he do with her in those 15 minutes that he was gone? 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's just that he was with her in the elevator. 15 minutes later, he comes down. Why did
She's just
someone
gone.
not
So,
ask him, where is she? What happened to her?
so yellow, if you ever hear this, where is Amy?
Yes, yes.
That's my biggest
Yeah.
question. What about you?
My biggest question is, if I was out on the balcony and I woke up at 5:30 or whatever, and I wanted to, leave, and I had my sandals sitting right beside of me on the floor, I would have just slipped my sandals on real quick and went out the door.
Mm-hmm.
So did she go barefoot? Did she hunt other shoes? I mean, the logical thing to do would just be slip your sandals on and
go.
leave.
The shoes too. I forgot to even mention this. Brought up the whole neighbor thing, like the guy that kept talking to her in the next cabin over.
Yeah.
And then you find out that he worked with the dad.
I did not know that till you showed me that.
I was stunned.
What's that all about? Why was that not put in the documentary?
Why was that not ever mentioned? Because we thought he was just a creepy stranger that was doing creepy things. And then they said his TV was extra loud and there was him talking to somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So that's another big question. I don't know. This case, I love a good mystery case, but it's like there's new questions arise every day. And I just want answers because I want closure for this family.
And there's someone else out there that knows something. I mean, somebody somewhere knows something.
And hopefully it weighs on their heart eventually. I mean, it's been 27 years. Just do the right thing. Come forward,
give
let us know.
That family closure. Or, let them find their daughter. But she could very well be alive still. So, do the right thing.
That's us calling you out, Yellow.
We're calling you out. What was his name? Alistair Douglas?
Yeah.
Yellow. Don't have a yellow streak down your back. Come forward. Tell us what you know.
Just do the right thing.
Do the right thing. And thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lynn, for watching. Love you guys.
And a huge shout out to Nick because he knows he's awesome. But anyway.
Whoever Nick is, I think you're awesome too if she does.
Doing a shout out to Nick and Lisa and Lynn tonight.
Yes, thank you for watching, girls.
So we will
And
see you guys in the next one. We love you
yeah,
guys.
love you. Thank
Mwah.
you.